So since the beginning of the week, the USDJPY has been quite choppy for us here, as we have seen a situation where price has been caught within the channel around the 135.00 level and the 134.500 area. And prior to that event, prior to the situation here, we have been buying the USDJPY. Remember, at the beginning of the week, we had this channel around the 134.500 and the 134.150. And one thing we saw about the 134 area was that we saw accumulation of buy pressure around this area, with the hopes that a bullish momentum will come in from this level, and position ourselves in such a way that a breakout retest of the 134.150 level will be an opportunity to buy the USDJPY. And in fact, that was exactly what happened on Tuesday morning. We saw the breakout retest of the structure, triggering our buy position, and we went on to continue to add more position at the breakout of structures like the 134.500 level and the 134.700 area. However, during the later part of Tuesday, we started seeing another wave of selling pressure. Remember, we had moved our stop loss for the 3 buy positions we had to somewhere around the 134.500, which I indicated during our live session on Tuesday. So we were taken out of all the buy position around here with some small profit anyways, and this was as a result of the continued selling pressure around the 135.00 level. As you can see here, all attempts by the buyers to break out of that structure had been negated by sellers at every point in time. So during the live session yesterday, we had the situation running where I told you that we had the buy position running here during the live session. Okay, sorry, I think during the live session we had the situation here. And one thing I said during the live session yesterday, I want to try to look at the live session yesterday. So that yesterday was Thursday, right? And we were around here. Okay, so during the live session yesterday, we had the buy position running prior to the live session as price action broke out of that bearish trend line that we had here. So we had the breakout retest of the structure, which triggered the buy position for us, and we were at this point when I told you yesterday that we should move our stop loss to break even around the 134.700, with the hopes that the GDP data will give us a favorable liquidity in the market that will push price to finally break out of the 135 level, where I told you to place a buy stop order at. And exactly this is what happened. Price action broke out of the 135.00 level, triggering our buy stop order, and in fact price moved about 37 pips in profit in our direction before this sell momentum came in. And I hope you did move your stop loss accordingly to secure that current position, as if you had done so, price action would definitely have taken you out with some small profit, and in a worst case scenario probably at break even. So, and I told you yesterday that if price action goes on further to break down the 134.700 level, we shall definitely be looking out for selling opportunity. And I cautioned us about the sell position we want to be entering here, that we want to see price action break down that trend line significantly well, wait for further confirmation in the form of a retest of structure before we want to be joining that decline to the downside. And if you had followed my instruction, you would definitely had a sell position triggered here, where price action moved about 20 pips, 25 pips in our favor before those bullish momentum happened. Though I shared this on my public platform, we were taken out of the sell position here, where I said a breakout of the 134.700 level will be triggering another position, as we have something like a reversal pattern around this area. If you look closely, you will see the sharp rejection of this trend line, bringing price back into the structure. Now we have a higher low, and as a result of this, we said we are going to be buying above the 134.700. Now if you look at the structure I showed you on my 4 hours time frame yesterday, and looking at what has been happening on this chart since the beginning of the month, you will see that price action had been bullish And as a result of this, we had this ascending channel figured out at this point. And one thing I stated there yesterday was that if it so happens that price action breaks down that structure which I identified on the 1 hour time frame at the 134.700, followed by selling pressure below that structure, it might be a retracement phase into the support level to incite another wave of bullish momentum. But if we look at the structure closely here, you will see that as soon as price broke down that structure, it ended up with a bullish candle. It's more like a hammer candle, which is a signal from a technical standpoint that buyers are still very, very strong in this market. So as a result of that, I share this on my public platform that we want to be buying above the 134.700 level, and I hope you are able to catch that move as price action broke out of that level. And since then, we have seen the situation here where price action had continued to find higher highs. So currently, with the first position broken at the 134.700, price action is running with about 40 pips in profit at this point. Now we have another sell composition triggered at the breakout of the 35 level, which is going to be the third time price will, the fourth time price will ever have broken out of the 135.00 area. And remember, the breakout of the 135.00 area is the first time price will ever get to this level this year. And I told you something yesterday that price action, the buyer still needs some time to acclimatize around this level in order to gain some stability to continue to find higher highs. And you can see prior to this moment, we have been seeing selling pressure resume around that area at every time price action break out of that level. So we need to be very, very careful here as the breakout of this 135 happened here in the last couple of hours. So in that regard, we shall be moving our stop loss to secure this current position, and the most appropriate area to move our stop loss here is somewhere right below the 135.950 level, so that we can give room for price action to break. Now, one thing I'll be looking forward to during the New York session today is buy pressure above this level. So if you had missed out on this opportunity, I would advise you to remain patient and let's wait out for the market to give us another opportunity to join this potential rally. Remember, we have this bullish trend line here. So we shall be using this trend line as a yardstick for trading activity for today, which led to the breakout of the 135. So I will be extending the trend line a little further into the future so that it can cover the scope of what our expectation is for today. So like I said, if you had missed out on this opportunity, so we have the 135 level around here. So if you had missed out on this opportunity, I would be advising you to remain patient to see if the market will at one point come back to do a retest of the 135.00 level. And you can see it also shares a beautiful confluence with that bullish trend line. So we want to see price action do a retest of that structure, and immediately you scale down to your lower time frame. Look out for buying pressure above this level to give us a confirmation to join the second wave of that bullish momentum. So that is one scenario we are going to be looking forward to. So we wait for price action to come down into the structure. Look out for buying pressure on your lower time frame, then you could join the rally to the upside. Now, if that does not happen and instead price action continues to find higher highs, how do we intend to take advantage of that move? Well, if we bring out our line chart here, the highest point we have right now is at the 135.270 level, which I will be identifying here for the sake of visual understanding. So we have the 135.270, so I'll be labeling this so that we can use it as a yardstick for trading activity. So we have the 135.250 level. That's another resistance point we want to be looking forward to. So if it so happens that price does not come back to drop below the 135 before that bullish momentum happen, then we want to be looking out for buying opportunity and at the breakout of the 135.270 level to join a trend continuation to the upside. So let's be on standby to take advantage of this opportunity. So we are in for a bullish momentum for the New York session today. So our bullish bias here still holds for the USDJPY. Now, we need to be very fluid too as well, as we need to take into consideration other possibilities that could happen in this market. Now, since I told you that we are going to be using this bullish trend line as a yardstick for trading activity for today, what this simply means is that if price action continue to trade above that bullish trend line and the 135.00 level, we will be comfortable in our buy position. But if it so happens that price action drops below the 135.00 level, breaking down that bullish trend line, then this might be a signal that the trend line no longer have the strength to continue to hold buying pressure in this market. So if this happens, remember, we are not getting too excited, as we need further confirmation, which is likely going to come in the form of a retest of this trend line or the 135.00 level, selling pressure on our lower time frame below the structures, then we could actually join a decline to the downside. Remember, the below the 135.00 level has been a strong selling niche in this market in the last couple of weeks. So if price action ever drops back below that level, then definitely we are fall within the territory of the sellers, and there is a high chance that selling opportunities will be coming below that level. So let's use the bullish trend line and the 135.00 level as a yardstick for trading activity today. So what this simply means, if price trades above the 135.0 level, we remain comfortable in our buy position. And if price action breaks down the 135.00 area, retest of structure, selling pressure identified on our lower time frame, then we shall be getting ready to join a bearish momentum to the downside. So that is my view there on the USDJPY. If you do have any questions, feel free to drop your inquiries in the comment section.